Hello, gorgeous lady. I'm Helen, and welcome to your Hot Body Challenge. I'm so happy to have you guys on board, and today we're going to be going through a mindset tip, a few tips actually. We've got 7 coming your way about what to focus on. And this is a really, really important principle and powerful law. And when you take control of this, you can drastically change the results in your life. It's unbelievable. What you focus on moves towards you and you move towards it. So I'll give you a really simple example. You know when you're learning how to drive and say you're in that driving school and there's cones and you've got to weave in and out of the cones. When you focus on and look at and draw attention to the cones, you hit the cones. Simple. When you don't look at the cones and you look at the open spaces, where to weave in and out of, that's when you do it effortlessly. And they often tell you to look further ahead as opposed to straight at the cone. Professional car drivers do this too. They are trained to look into the open spaces. Now I'll give you another example with driving. So you know when someone's in a car accident, many people tend to hit a tree or a pole. And this is because when they lose control of the car, they actually focus on that pole because they don't want to hit it, but they're drawing attention to it. So it moves towards the pole, and you end up hitting the pole. So it's super important to focus on where you want to go as opposed to where you don't want to go. And something else I want to add to this principle is what you focus on. The thoughts that you have draws more like-minded thoughts and gives it power and momentum. So if you're focusing on negative thoughts, you're going to attract more negative thoughts to that thought, and it hooks on, which can be really detrimental. However, when you focus on positive things, you attract more positive thoughts, and then you feel good, and it creates power and momentum. And that's what we want, and that's what we're going to be here for. Because this is going to keep you on top of your game, keeping you feeling strong and feeling powerful. And so you feel amazing inside and out. I want to give you an example of something that happened to me really recently, and it was when I was on a light aircraft. It was absolutely really scary. So we were travelling from the Marble Islands in Queensland to the mainland in Rockhampton, and we were going to land in the Rockhampton Aero Club. So this light plane, it was kind of fun in the beginning. There was only 8 people, and the pilot had a lot of experience, so we felt safe, and it was really pretty because we were circling around the islands, and it was so beautiful. On our way to the mainland, the water was gorgeous, the sun was shining, it was loud, and it was fun and exciting, and we're taking photos. And then about halfway in, about 30 minutes in, I started getting some negative thoughts, and I felt every bump, every turn, every swoosh, whatever they're called, when they swoop up and down the plane. And I started tensing up, and more negative thoughts started coming in, and I started paying more attention to feeling unsafe. I started focusing on everything you could possibly focus on when you're in an aircraft, such as we're going to crash, we're going to fall out of the sky. I was tensing up. My heart started pounding against my chest. I was smiling at the others, like sussing them out, trying to see how they were thinking. And I was even sussing out the pilot, and she seemed fine, which is great. However, my thoughts just took control, and a lot of power and momentum came into those thoughts, and I started feeling very, very unsafe, to the point where I really thought we were going to crash and fall out of the sky. And then we were close to landing, but we're still very high up, and the engine, she must have stopped the engines or at least turned them down, whatever. But anyway, it felt like the engines had just been completely turned off. And of course, I started freaking out. I thought we were going to fall out of the sky, and that was it. We were going to crash. And I was super scared. I was really tense at this point. I was sussing out the pilot to see how many buttons she was pressing, to see if she was freaking out. And then within a few minutes, which seemed like a very long time, we ended up landing really safely, and I felt sick for about an hour afterwards. I was very relieved that we'd landed safely, and I reflected on what I put my body through, that last half of the plane. And I could have focused on anything. I could have focused on the fact that our pilot has 60,000 hours of flying experience, and that's a lot of flying hours. However, my negative thoughts came in, and I gave it more attention, so it had more power and it had more momentum, to the point that I almost had a panic attack on that plane. So it was kind of funny, and I was laughing to myself because, yeah, it happens to all of us, and we've just got to bounce back from these experiences. But maybe you can relate to it, and maybe you can learn from it as well. And I thought that was really quite a fun experience. Okay guys, so now we're going to go through the 7 tips that is really going to help you stay on top of your game, to keep you positive, to keep you powerful and feeling strong, because that's what we're here for. Now, some of these tips I've been doing since I can remember. I must have learnt them at a really young age, and other tips that I've developed and learnt from my mentors to help me stay positive, to help me stay on top of my game. Okay, are you guys ready to rock? Let's go. So my first tip out of 7 is focus on being happy, lean, and healthy. Focus on being the healthiest and happiest version of you, as opposed to the weight on the scales. When you make this switch, amazing stuff happens, because you feel healthy, you feel lean, you feel happy. And when you feel happy, simple. You're going to do things that are in line with those thoughts and those feelings. You're going to exercise more. You're going to make better food choices. So that's really super important. Number 2, when you go to bed at night, focus on the stuff that you're grateful for. Write it down in your journal. Focus on the positive things that happened in your day. And what this does is it actually rewires your brain. It's rewiring your brain to think of the positive, to keep in control, to keep on top of the negative thoughts. Because when you rewire and you give those thoughts more power and momentum, that's what we want. You're going to feel better more often, which means you're going to get results more. So I would do that every night. Reflect on what you're grateful for and what positive things happened that day. Tip number 3, when you get up in the morning. Now this is in your exercise guidelines. When you get up in the morning, I want you to do something active, even for a minute. I do push-ups, helps me with my push-up strength, and it gets my blood pumping. You can do squats, you can do shadow boxing. Shadow boxing is a cool way to feel powerful, feel strong, get the heart pumping. And what I want you to do is, this is going to help you to rewire your brain even more, is to focus on something cool, something powerful, something strong. Focus on your goals and say, I can do this. Focus on yourself and be like, I'm powerful, I'm strong, I'm awesome. And this will help you stay positive and on top of your game. Okay, number 4. We are focusing on the fact that it's easy to lose weight, as opposed to the fact that it's hard. I hear this a lot, and I hear it in people's language patterns, and they don't realize it's actually a belief. That I hear people say it's hard to lose weight because of experiences that they've had in the past, times when they might have failed, or when they might have struggled to lose weight. I'm telling you, if you focus on the fact that it's hard, you're going to feel like it's hard, and it's going to be hard. So start focusing on the fact that it's easy. It's simple. Focus on being happy, focus on being lean, and attract as many positive thoughts and create as much momentum and power as you possibly can. And this is going to really help you stay in control and keep you healthy, happy, and lean, so you can get your hot body. Okay, number 5. Something that I've done since I can remember is, if I don't feel like working out, because that can happen to all of us, I focus on how awesome I'm going to feel afterwards. That's it. I focus on how energetic I'm going to feel, how happy I'm going to feel, and that keeps me going. That gets me to my workouts, because there's sometimes, especially in winter, we don't feel like it. We could go out with friends or sit on the couch, and this helps you get that workout in, especially if it's workout day. Okay, number 6. So this is another trick to do in the morning. When you get up, some people focus on the fact that it's cold, you're tired, blah, 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 blah. Quack, 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 quack. Story, story, story. We want to focus on something you're looking forward to. I tend to focus on, I can't wait to have breakfast, because I love my breakfast smoothies. Focus on who you're going to see that day, the project that you're going to finish, your training session. Focus on how something that you're looking forward to. And that will help you keep positive, and it's rewiring your brain again to think to the positive, to think to the positive. Alrighty, guys. There's no room for negative thoughts. We're on a roll. We're doing well. Okay. Number 7, lucky last. Always focus on the solution as opposed to the problem. When you focus on the problem, you keep getting that problem. Just like that tree, you focus on that tree, you're going to hit that tree. So problems are going to come up. It's life. We can't avoid them and we can't hide from them. So we've got to embrace them and go, okay, what can I do to be better? What can I do to overcome this challenge? Who can I speak to? So it's very important that you address a problem and you think to the solution. Be solution orientated. Be proactive. And something that I've always told myself since I read this amazing book called The Courage to Succeed is there's always a way. I will find a way. There's always a way. And then what happens is your brain searches for a way. We've got a part of our brain called the reticular activation system, the RAS, and it basically looks for what you tell it to search for. So you say there's always a way. How can I get out of this? How can I improve this situation? Your brain will look for a solution. You'll become solution orientated, and you're going to overcome that problem much easier, much faster. So you're back on top of your game, kicking goals as usual. Simple, right? All right, guys. 7 tips how to stay on top of your game. What you focus on is what you get. Focus on being lean, focus on being happy, focus on being healthy. Every night, write something you're grateful for. Write 3 things that positively happened to you that day. Focus on the fact that it's easy to lose weight. I love that dog barking. Focus on how great you're going to feel after exercise when you might not feel like it. Always focus on how great you're going to feel afterwards, how energetic and alive you're going to feel. In the morning, do some push-ups, do some squats, focus on your goals, tell yourself some awesome stuff. I can do this, I'm strong, I'm powerful, and that's going to keep you on top of your game. Number 7, keep focused on the solution. Don't give much attention and power to the problem. Identify the problem, don't run away from it, and then look for the solution. All right, you're amazing. I'm so happy to have you on my team. Please share with me and the team what you've learned. Comment below. If anything is holding you back, please post it. That's what I'm here for. That's what this amazing community is here for. We are in this together. We are a team. I can't wait to see how you've gone this week and what you're learning and what you've achieved. Keep sharing your successes, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.